welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. And I appreciate your presence and your viewing and your comments, and thank you so much. I'm at like 28-30 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 3,000, at which point I'll have some kind of a giveaway. So hang around, it's coming, and I hope you're here for more than just that. But yeah, so I thought I'd do an extra video this week, and I just want to come on real quick and show you we're going to be using this all-inclusive kit called 3 Cheers for You card kit. And all-inclusive means just that. You get everything you need. And I believe it's in the mini catalog 2020, so that only goes through the end of May, basically, like first couple days of June. But let me show you what all comes in this. And I've had this for a while, and I just never got around to using it. I meant to do it on a live and never got to it. So anyway, you get a lot of mini glue dots. A lot of people, when they get these, they're not sure what they are. They are glue dots, and they just have little paper coverings on them. So they're not decorative things, they're glue dots. You get a little block. It's thinner than the regular Stampin' Up blocks. It's sort of like, excuse me, the paper pumpkin block. Same size as a D block, basically, by Stampin' Up, except that it's obviously much thinner. But hey, it's a free block you can use, and I'm always using D block, so nice to have an extra block. Excuse me, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to clear my throat. Anyway, you get a Night of Navy Stampin' Spot. Love that, because I love Night of Navy. You get all this, I think this is linen thread. Let me just check. Let's see. Yes, linen thread is what they call it. And I have obviously opened it wrong or something. It's because it's unwinding. You get a stamp set, and let me get a piece of cardstock. This is crumb cake, by the way. It says, "Thank you, ... My heart can't stop smiling." I love that. Hooray for tiny miracles. 3 cheers for you. That's the name of the kit. This sort of diamond shaped background stamp type thing. And birthday wishes all around. So a good all around stamp set. You get adhesive backed copper sequins. And dimensionals. Yay, I just finished a sheet of those, so I'm happy to get those. And then let me take the rest out of here. Look, see, I even wrote on the box. This is item code 151304. And I love this box, actually. So you get 12 card bases and envelopes. So let me see. You get how many of each? 3 of this one. Oops, that's an envelope. 3 of just navy, which is nice. That can be used for just about anything. 3 of this seaside spray with navy with that diamond pattern design. And 3 with the diamond pattern design and a strip of navy. So you don't really need ribbon on there because you've got that. And I imagine you could put your sentiment on there. Now, there's some die cuts as well, but let me look at the envelopes first. Okay, there's this one, which can go with any of them, I guess. The print, and there's 3 of those. I guess maybe all the envelopes are the same, it looks like. No, half of them are this design, and half are this one. So I imagine you do this with these 2. Let me just make sure I'm correct on that. Yes. Alright, so yeah, half the envelopes are this design and half are this one. And then this one seems to go with the 2 that have the seaside spray. So that's what I am thinking. And then you do get some die cuts. You get these beautiful Night of Navy and Terracotta Tile. They're coordinating colors, flowers, and you get 4 sheets of those. One of the colors they said it coordinates with is Craft, which is, this is Crumb Cake. So I just want to show you the difference. Crumb Cake is lighter. We don't really have a color Craft in Stampin' Up. Maybe that'll be one of the new in colors. I have no inside information. I don't know that to be ever true, so I'm just thinking, well, that would be nice to have a color Craft in our lineup. But right now we don't. So this is already stamped. These are like labels. They're about, let's see how wide they are. They look to be about 1 1/4 inches. Yes, 1 1/4 inches by 3 and a little over half, 3 5/8 roughly. So 1 1/4 inches by 3 5/8 for those. And then we have some copper foiled ones, larger labels, and oh, we have all kinds of different labels. Straight labels, another different shape of large one, and then some flag banners and things. We have 3 of those. So 3 of those, 1 of these, and 1 of these. So all kinds of things we can play with. So the coordinating colors are copper, Night of Navy, obviously Seaside Spray, which is this lighter blue, Terracotta Tile, which is of course this color, and white. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and make some cards sort of as intended. There's no instructions really, I don't think. No, there's just oh well, actually there are. There are numbered instructions. So I'm going to go ahead and make 1 card each as intended out of the 12 cards, and then I'm going to see if I can do some alternatives. So I'll be back in a few minutes once I clear this up, and we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Okay everyone, let's make these cards together the way they're intended. So I just want to show you, the pictures here have little numbers on them, and those coordinate with these steps right here. So step 1 is Stampin' Night of Navy ink. Step 2, adhere linen thread using adhesive dots, which again are these. Step 3, adhere using adhesive dots. Something, it must be the pictures or whatever, the die cuts. Adhere using Stampin' Dimensionals is number 4, and 5 is adhere sequins. So each picture will tell you where by the numbers, and like for example, this one doesn't have 3, so there will be no something adhere using adhesive dots for part 3, and this one does, but it's these background pieces here. And then also in fine print under here, it says birthday wishes card, tie 12 inches, linen thread and bow. So it does tell you, like this tells you what to do in what order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't really tell you, like this says adhere linen thread using adhesive dots. It doesn't tell you tie it in a bow and how much to use. So this one does. Birthday wishes, tie 12 inches, linen thread and bow. And then it just says it in different languages. So it just gives you additional hints, I guess. Thank you card, loop 32 inches, linen thread. You can see it's got circular. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and start. I'll put that off to the side. So you will need a ruler. I'm going to use my mat here. And it said 12 inches to do a bow. So oops, we'll just cut approximate. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm sure there is a little extra. And we're going to tie a bow. So you need scissors, and you need, or snips, and you need a ruler of some kind, because they're unlike paper pumpkin. There isn't really one in the kit. The diagrams are smaller, so we're doing this one right now. And I'm just tying the bow first to get it ready. Okay, I think that's good. 12 inches is quite a lot, actually. So it says to stamp. Now I've already gone ahead and I put this on the block that came with the kit. I'm going to use my big Night of Navy as opposed to the little one. And I'm hoping I can do this straight. So we'll see. I have a little trouble with that sometimes. And just so you know, there are enough of these, some of these shapes for just the 4 cards in each design. But there are some extras in some of the other shapes of the labels. But if you were to make all the cards as intended, you have just enough flowers, you have just enough, you might have a few extra labels, but not in all the shapes is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just, now you do have to be careful. You won't have to worry about this so much if you're using the Stampin' Spot. These are the first time used, and I took them and just before I had ink on them, tapped them on blank paper for a little bit. Let me move this over. Just to make sure they're going to give a good impression, and you should have some kind of mat under it. I think we'll be okay because I have my a whole pad of graph paper under here. And I'm pushing it down, I'm not wobbling it. Let's see how that got. Oh yeah, pretty good. A little bit lighter than I'd like, but that's me. So there's our label. Now I am going to move the box over here and clean my stamp, which I do on my chamois, which is actually not that dirty, even though it looks pretty gross. I think I'm going to run it through the washing machine pretty soon now. Oh, I did get some ink on my thumb. You do have to be careful with the thinner blocks like this. See, when you're grabbing on these big stamp pads, you might want to flip the stamp pad over and put it to the stamp as opposed to the other way around to avoid doing what I just did. Okay, now let's close up our ink for now, since we're just doing one card at a time. You could stamp all your images at the same time. Now let's get the instructions back over here. Now step 2 says, oops, adhere linen thread using adhesive dots. So we did our stamping. Now we're going to adhere, and it looks like it's under this, so I'm going to put it like right about there. So I'm going to get my take your pick tool, get one of these dots and put this about right here and take that off, and then I'm going to try and put that right in the center of my bow. There we go. Okay, so we did the dots, and then I think number, they don't have a 3, so 4 is adhere using Stampin' Dimensional. So it looks like both that's not really clear. It looks like these and this are supposed to be adhered using dimensionals. However, I am thinking I guess that's what we'll do. I guess. Let me get them. We're going to put one right on here, and that is going to get stuck on the back of the birthday wishes, like so. Now they have it going up a little bit like that. And then this one, so they kind of covered up that big flower on this one. And just have the leaves sticking out. So that's where we'll put our dimensional for them. And this one's coming down this way. So something like that. And then we'll flip this over. I guess we can put another one here. which will partially stick and partially help hold that on. And I think we'll put 2 in the middle. Lost the paper off one of them. That's weird. And how are we doing over here with this one? I think we need another one there too. Oops. I think what we'll do is that'll partially stick out as well, and maybe one. They are not wanting to come off of me, which is typical. Okay, so we'll do like that, and there we go. This one we want to come out the top there, and just center that, and there is your card. That's a really wild little piece of stuff. And oh no, we forgot the I forgot the copper dot, and they only have one on this one. You find the top of this, so we're going to use the other end of the tool. Sorry. Okay, and see if we can get that off with it. There we go. And yeah, right about up here somewhere. There we go. That is our first card. Pretty easy. And inside they're all white, so there's plenty of room just to write on them. So that's card number 1. Let me remove that. Card number 2 is thank you. I'm gonna jab somebody with that, aren't I? So we're gonna stamp again in Night of Navy, and onto this shape this time. And where's my thank you? Thank you I have on a D block, which is the same dimension as the one that comes in your kit, but you can use the one that comes in your kit if you don't have any other blocks. I'm actually going to stamp this off real quick because it looked a little like too splotchy to me. All right, now let me see. And the nice thing, these are photopolymer, and the nice thing about them is you can tell if you have enough ink on them or not, because they'll be spotty in areas that you don't. I think I got it okay now. Let's see how we do. It says, thank you. My heart can't stop smiling. There we go. Beautiful. Now I got some ink up on the corner of that block, so I'm going to try and get that off too. But I do like these blocks because there's room for your fingers and thumbs, so you're less likely, if you're not me, to get ink all over your hands. I'm actually pulling this out and doing this to make sure I get down in all the little grooves. You can sort of twist like this. I don't have this as wet as it needs to be, so that's another reason I'm doing that. Okay, let's put the ink away again. Now this time we're supposed to take 32 inches of twine and put it in a circle right about in the center of this. So let's see. So 32 inches. So this is 16. So twice that would be 32. That's pretty good, right? So there's one length, and then I'm just gonna straighten it out and go down to about there and snip. Okay, let me get rid of that little extra blob. Now you just take it around your fingers. I'll use 4 fingers and just wrap it. And then we're going to put glue dots down, like about there, right? Okay, so let's get a glue dot, a couple glue dots, And we're going to put them right about here. There's one. And we get another one on the other side. And I'm putting them on the blue because that's going to be covered up, and you want the bottom part to look loosey. This piece here doesn't want to cooperate, but I think it'll be all right once we put these on. And then 4 goes again with dimensionals. This time we're letting the little flower show. I'm going to put it here because I want some of that big flower to show as well, even though they have it more like that. I guess we could do that. So let's do that again. You know what? I'm going to actually use a dimensional or 2 to stick this onto the back of the tag, the label. And then what we'll do is use dimensionals to, I think I need one more there, because you know you have tons of these little glue dots, right? Mini glue dots. There we go. Get rid of those, or I'll be wearing them. Okay, and now we can put this just on top of here. I should have done that on the first one too, guys. I am kind of picky about this. So there we go. That should do it. You use however many you're comfortable with, but I like to have good coverage on my labels. And they put it a little bit up on here. So some of the blue is showing, the navy. Let's get it straight there. There we go. And then that's it, except for the sequins, and they have 3 on this time. We have one over here and one down here and one up about. They have it kind of low, but I'll put it right there in the middle of those 2. And there we go. That's our card number 2. Pretty easy. Really pretty. I wouldn't mind getting a card like that, right? Yeah, cute. Okay, card number 3 is the navy one. And there's no flowers on this one, but this time they've used the craft pieces. And we're going to stamp 3 cheers for you. Which is appropriate given that they have 3 of these. Now, here's my thing. Can I get these on straight? I don't know. And sort of centered. So something like this. And they use glue dots. Now, I am going to cheat and use wet glue, which you could do as well. If you have some. Or snail. This is a brand new glue, so I started in the middle there because it's kind of blobby. There we go. But I just want a little bit of room to reposition if necessary. Oops. Without having it slide. There we go. This is actually my last glue. So I had to make it that I have in my stock of Stampin' Up, so I do have to make it last a little while till I get an order placed. I had switched to snail, but now snail's on back order, so I'm back to using wet glue, which is back in stock. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good, isn't it? A little bit up on that one. Yeah, it'll have to do. Alright, so let's do our stamping. 3 cheers for you. And again, just take it and see how that's a little sticky. Just go like that a few times. And this time we're using this flagged label. And my block is a little dirty, so forgive me. All right, I'm going to stamp that off too. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time because, okay, the first time the TH were looked like they were stretched. I must have done something wacky. Always a good to try it once or twice with new stamps. Perfect. Whether they are photopolymer or red rubber. Just A, to make sure you have them on your block straight, right? And B, to make sure they stamp right. Okay. All right. So let us assemble this one. We again need how much? 16 inches linen thread in a bow. And they have it kind of going diagonally this way under the label. 16 inches is exactly my mat. I didn't plan that way. The mat was already on here, but hey, I'm not complaining. All right, and then my fingers are all gluey and inky, and I may pause you and clean them in a minute. All right, they have the bow bigger like that. So we're going to put that down with a glue dot. There's plenty of glue dots, and I guess we'll put that right in the center, right there. And we might even stick those ends down a little bit. They have it going something like this. But it'll be held in place better once we put this on with dimensionals. These are so easy, everyone, that I'm sure that you can do them. So it's sort of like getting a paper pumpkin kit in the mail, except that I'm going to move that one into the middle a little better. I'm just going to use 3 this time. Except that you know what you're getting. You can see it. So, but then you can use whatever stamp set you might have and use the pieces to do other things, which I am going to do after I make these 4. All right, so let me turn this over and make sure that's aligned like that, and go like that. Is that straight? No. We'll just hang on. Maybe could have put that down with a glue dot a little better too. There we go. Let's move that up that way. There we go. Kind of boinging there. I think I want it hooked over. There we go. I want it hooked over the little corner points there. Okay, and now we are going to put 3 of these on again. So it looks like they have one down here. I just pulled one up with my finger. So another one up here. Oh, you know what? Upside down. There we go. And one and right about here. I'm not sure I like that placement, but that's what we'll do. There we go. Card number 3 out of 4 done. And this is still a little crooked, isn't it? You guys didn't tell me. Now it's too much to go the other way. I think I need to stand the craft because there we go. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. And the last card we're going to do is this one. So the only stamp we're not using for these cards is the pattern here. And we'll see what we can do with that with an alternative. So this one uses both a craft piece and the orange flower. It already has that pattern stamped on there. So it's going to go something like this, right up at the top, but then that, and then this here. Really pretty. And is there twine on here? Yes. 12-inch linen thread in a bow, and it's under the flower here. Looks like on top of the craft. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down. And again, you can use the glue dots, but I'm going to use my glue. And we're just going to put that right about here, about a 1/2 inch in from, it doesn't tell you that, but the picture shows it looks about a 1/2 inch in from the left side. All right, now we'll get the twine, 12 inches, smaller bow, like the first one. There we go. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. Yeah, see, if you stretch it, it's not quite so curly. I should have done that with the other ones. Alrighty. And they actually have the bows a little bigger again. And the end's about the same length as the bow. And I'm going to straighten them out a little bit here. But you can do it however you want. I'm going to actually cut this tail just a snip. Alright, and get a glue dot. And I'm actually going to glue it. Oh, we have to stamp our label. I think it's going to go like this. So I'm going to just glue it down right there. Right about there in the middle of that. Okay. And put it sideways like this. Okay, and then they actually have the tails going either way there. But that guy does not want to cooperate, so we may tack him down too. All right, let's stamp. And this time we are stamping 3 cheers for you. Nope, hooray for tiny miracles. All right, let me get my ink back out. Hooray for tiny miracles. Might have got that just a tad crooked. Not bad, not bad. We can deal with it. I did pretty good tonight. I didn't have to flip any over. Today, I mean. It's not tonight. All right, closing up the ink. Night of Navy, one of my favorite colors, but I'm a blue kind of person. And then we're going to put this up on dimensionals, which it does say to do, I think. They might actually not have it up on dimensionals, but I'm putting it up on dimensionals. This one's a little wider, so we're going to go like this. And one more. I guess that's okay. You can do it however you would like. You could do 3 down each side. I was just trying to be cheap and save on dimensionals. And that'll go up a little bit, up like this. There we go. And then this will be partially glued and partially dimensional. So I'm going to say glue goes down here, and I'm going to put dimensionals up here. There, like that. And glue down here, or glue dot, however you want to do it, because this part's already up on dimensional. But you don't have to put that up on dimensional. So let's see how I had that like this, I think. There we go. And then we just need to put our little bling on. And then I'll bring all 4 cards out that we've made. Oh, bling. So we have one here and two down at the bottom of this one there and one here. Okay, wonderful. Let me put my pointy tip thing away because I don't want to end up poking myself with it. And bring our cards back in. And now you could also stamp on the envelopes if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that tonight or today. I keep saying tonight, and it's daylight. The sun is coming out, or at least the daylight is coming out. So this was our third and fourth, and this was our first and second. So we will match them up with envelopes. And we have the Seaside Spray one to go with this because it's got Seaside Spray around the edges. And actually the diamond shaped one to go with this because it's got the diamond shapes. And to go with this. And to go with that one, we have the diamond shaped envelope as well. And lastly, we have the Seaside Spray again to go with Hooray for Little Miracles. Doesn't look like a baby card to me, but what do I know? I guess it's going to the parents. So those are the 4 kit cards. And again, this is item code. Let me find out. I think I have it on the bottom of the box. Yeah, 151304. It's called 3 Cheers for You card kit. It's an all-inclusive kit. And if you are interested in purchasing this from me, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the USA. Here is the host code for April. A 9S3DPQCD. Please use that for any orders under $150. If your order is $150 or more, do not use this host code because that means you will earn free product. It's like hosting a party once you have $150. So you get what they call Stampin' Rewards. And when people have smaller orders, I request that they use my monthly host code, and that way I can get either restock supplies like cardstock or glue, which I need desperately, or sometimes I get rhinestones or pearls or something, and either to restock me or to give as a little giveaway or thank you to people who order from me. So along with some cards that I made, and I will be starting to mail out my thank yous again soon. I just, with this whole COVID-19, have not been getting to the post office at all. So hopefully in May I'll get back on track and I'll catch up since the beginning of the year, really. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will try and come back with some alternatives to this as well. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.